Hunka hunka burnin' love. I've always considered it wildly ironic that our local dating service, The Perfect Match, went up in flames. The incident happened on a Sunday morning, just as my husband and I prepared to leave for church. I caught a glimpse of something odd out the kitchen window, something that raised my sleuthing antenna. Stepping onto the back deck, I squinted, trying to make sense of the eerie red-orange glow that had appeared over our little town of Clarksboro, PA. Within seconds, smoke rose in thick gray plumes, leaving 1,000 questions running through my mind. Our 2 miniature dachshunds, Sasha and Copper, began to run in circles, probably confused by the odd smell and the overwhelming sense of fear that suddenly gripped their owner. They've always had the uncanny knack of sensing my emotions, especially when I'm about to topple over the edge. Convinced something was amiss, I turned back toward the house, hollering at the top of my lungs, "Warren, come quick! Something's on fire!" My husband appeared at my side seconds later, his eyes widening as he took in the scene off in the distance. Reaching into his pocket for his cell phone, he dialed 911. In an animated voice, he shared what little he knew with the person on the other end of the line. Most of his words were choppy, frantic, very uncharacteristic for my usually calm hubby. Hanging up the phone, he turned my direction. "They said it's already been reported and firefighters are on their way." As if to ditto his remarks, the piercing wail of a siren rang out. Though we couldn't see it, our house being 4 blocks from the center of town, I managed to focus my attention on the fire truck as it wailed its way by and did my best to figure out its destination. As the noise faded into the background, I turned to Warren, barely able to breathe. "What do you think caught fire? The flower shop? The bank?" I spoke the words hesitantly, cringing at the very idea of his workplace going up in flames. He shook his head as he responded, "No, listen to the siren. It sounds like it's farther south than that." "Farther south?" Our son had only recently moved into an apartment in town to be near his workplace. I reached down to pick up Sasha, who had taken to whimpering, and then mouthed a silent prayer, whispering a prayer for Devon's protection. He might be 21, but he was still my baby. "Don't worry, honey." Warren slipped an arm around my shoulder. "It's not that far south." "But what else could it be?" I felt the sting of tears in my eyes and brushed them away. No point in borrowing trouble, as my very southern mama liked to say. Warren strained to see beyond the row of houses across the street. "There's only one way to know for sure. If you're ready for church, let's go ahead and leave. Might as well see for ourselves." "I'm ready." A quick glance down revealed that I'd forgotten to put on my shoes, but never mind that. I could slip them on in the car. I fetched them from my closet, checked my appearance in the hall mirror, groaning when I noticed the hair on one side of my head appeared to be cooperating more than the other, and made my way to the car, which Warren slipped into gear before I'd even fully closed my door. As we pulled out of the driveway, I noted the time, 8:55. My mind reeled with possibilities as we neared town, none of which brought me any sense of relief. Finally, we rounded the curve onto Main Street. "Looks like the bank is safe," Warren said. "And the flower shop, and the cell phone company." That meant, oh my goodness, it's the dating service, he said. Warren eased our SUV through the crowd of people now gathered on our little town's central thoroughfare.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.